You might be wondering why self-care is important for mental health. Let's go over it coming up next. In this video, we're going to talk about why self-care is important for mental health. Then I'm going to tell you what self-care is and what it isn't. Finally, I'll tell you ways to practice self-care, including how often you should do it. We've all heard the saying, self-care isn't selfish. I mean, I've said it myself on other videos. It sounds a little hippity-dippity, but self-care is super important. When you deprive yourself of self-care, there are negative consequences. I've seen people get depressed, overwhelmed, angry, anxious, moody, and even have a nervous breakdown, all because they weren't making time for regular self-care. See, whether you like it or not, your mind and body have needs. So do mine. I mean, everyone's does. And if you aren't taking care of your needs with healthy self-care or allowing other people to help you, I guarantee you're meeting those needs in unhealthy ways. Like eating yourself into obesity and disease. Like screaming at your kids for no reason or biting your coworker's head off over nothing. You might spread cruel gossip about other people because it helps you feel special and important. I'm telling you, your needs don't just shut off because you ignore them. The only question left to ask yourself is, will you take control and meet your needs in a healthy way that make the happiest and best version of yourself? Or will you put yourself last and destroy your mind and your body and relationships because you aren't taking good care of yourself? It's not a question of if, it's a question of when. Ignoring your needs will tear you down, including mentally. Self-care is a necessity, and it's one that you've got to make a priority. I'm speaking from experience here. When I neglect my self-care, I get impatient with my husband and I get snappy with my dogs. I'm more likely to get snappy with one of my employees or get just overall frustrated more easily. I practice self-care every single day because when I don't, I start feeling like crap and I just act like crap. All right, so now let's talk about what self-care actually is and what it isn't. I define self-care as doing something that rejuvenates you so you feel better physically, mentally, and just overall better about yourself. We can all agree that's pretty important, right? A lot of people confuse self-sabotage with self-care, but they are absolutely not the same thing. Self-sabotage is doing something that might make you feel good in that exact moment, but actually leaves you feeling bad physically, mentally, and just overall bad about yourself. Some examples of this are wasting time and then just flat beating yourself up about it. Eating and drinking junk and then feeling emotionally and physically awful while trying to convince yourself that, well, you treated yourself and it was good for me. It could be picking fights with people when you get mad and then feeling guilty about it when you finally calm down. Don't confuse self-care with self-sabotage. It is absolutely not the same thing at all. So before I go to my next point, I want to hear from you. I always love to read your comments. I love to interact with you and get to know you more. Comment below and tell me what your idea of self-care is and what it involves for you. I would love to hear. Comment below. Now that we've covered what self-care is and isn't, here are some ways you can practice self-care in your life. Make a list of activities that refresh and rejuvenate you physically, mentally, or both. For me, I love to exercise. I also like massages. I love to take a bath. I love to get my hair and my nails done. I just do. It's a lot of fun for me. My self-care includes also eating healthy and nutritious food. Because if I eat like crap, I feel like crap. Your self-care could be whatever works for you. It just needs to be good for you and leave you feeling better physically and mentally and just overall better about yourself. Once you've got your list of self-care activities, schedule them into your week. That's right, I said schedule these in and make them top priority every single week. That's right, I said it, every week. And I don't want to hear, well, I don't have time. First of all, we all make time for what's important to us. Decide the self-care is important enough to make time for. And believe me, you'll find a way, even if it means saying no to doing other stuff. Also, remember what I said about your needs. You have them whether you like it or not. Scheduling and sticking to your self-care routine is how you ensure that you get the rejuvenation and the healing that you need. And so you don't need to resort to negative behaviors like self-sabotage or being mean to other people. Hey, look, it sure feels better to take a hot bubble bath and read a book than it does to fight with your spouse and scream at your kids. On my nutrition program, the Code Red Lifestyle, we talk about self-care all the time because my clients, before they came to Code Red, were putting themselves last and feeling guilty at even the thought of self-care. But all they did was just end up obese and miserable and unable to be the parent, the friend, the spouse that they could be. If you need help taking better care of yourself, get started on my program by joining the Code Red Lifestyle private network, which you can get in the App Store, Google Play Store, or at coderedlifestyle.com/app. You'll get the food ideas, the support, education, information, love, the program, the tips, the tricks, tons of information, all designed to help you take your life back. So create your free account now, and I'll see you in the next video. In this video, we're gonna talk about why and all because they weren't making time for regular self-care. I'm gonna do that again. I practice self-sabotage since doing, let me slow that down. Your self-care could be whatever works for you. It just needs to be a scheduling and sticking to your self-care